You're Filthy Gaijin. We're back. You thought we were gone. Nah, can't get rid of us. Reviewing Demon Slayer, the Entertainment District arc. Episodes 1 and 2. Or 3 if you're autistic.
Or 9 if you're super autistic.
or what is it? 35 if like your maximum galaxy brain autism?
Or like chapter 750 or whatever, you read the manga and you're the worst.
Or you haven't seen this yet because you're a 13-year-old who watches Toonami. I am El Cid.
Baki.
DK.
We're picking back up with one of the hottest animes of the last couple of years. One of our favorites. And let me just lead off by saying, if you've seen these first 2 episodes, we told you so. We fucking told you so. A lot of you wrote to us. You're like, oh, you guys are saying the show's about the fight against pedophiles and all this. And you guys are like, you guys must be high. You're seeing things. Now what do you have to say, huh? What do you have to say now?
So this season's actually problematic in Japan. I read an article and they're like, oh, they don't want them talking about prostitutes and in the middle of the day on TV.
Oh, okay. I told you again. You guys are like, oh, this is written by a woman. No, it's not. It's a person under a pseudonym, and this is why they're under a pseudonym. Because they're calling out I won't say the actual term I normally use. They're calling out the dark and unseen forces that are inflicting this on our societies. That's why. And now it's getting real.
No, this shit
is real shit, John.
This shit is very ballsy what they're doing. Like, I've never seen this before.
No, I usually watch these episodes with like my mouth open, like I'm just shocked.
You do.
I mean, that's, for both reasons. One, I'm shocked, and the other reason too. But
keep going. You'll rise to the top in your house over there.
No, for sure. I'm trying to be the, what's it called, the Orion?
Well, whatever it was. Yeah.
Oneri? I don't know.
Well, whatever.
I'm trying to be the bottom bitch.
You're trying to be the top hoe.
Yeah, I want to be the top hoe, so gotta keep that mouth open, baby.
Oh no!
But nah, like they do things where I'm just shocked. Like, for example, episode 1, the events after Mugen Train, literally they're, I guess we'll start from the episode, right from
I mean, so episode 1's like 2 things. It's like, it's wrapping up the events of Mugen Train, and, if you're a real person, you saw the movie.
It's a mini training arc as well, because they're training for 4 months after Mugen Train.
So it's kind of like a bookend to the movie and all that. And then, like, the second half of it, you begin the Entertainment District arc. And you get the flashiest mans in all the land.
Oh yeah, the Hashira, the
sound Hashira.
He's a god apparently. He's a god. And
the god of what?
Of festivals and flashiness.
There you go, as it should be.
Yeah, and basically they're all healing up, and then they start training for 4 months, and then basically they go off and do like little mini missions, and at this point they're fairly strong, so they come back, doing these little, C-rank missions. They come back, and I think because Tanjiro shows up first. He gets back to home camp first, and he witnesses something.
Yeah. So he gets back to Shinobu's mansion because they've been staying with Shinobu, and he hears like these little girls screaming. She's got like these. I don't know. She just collects little girls in there, and they're like the assistants or whatever. And these little girls are just screaming like, "Help! Help! We're being kidnapped!" Mm-hmm. And he just gets there, and he sees this bodybuilder Chad just like hauling 2 of the girls over his shoulders and like dragging them off.
Bodybuilder Chad, literally, and super flashy.
The flashiest guy, like you think you have drip.
No.
So he sees the sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui. Now, it's a brief word on this guy. This guy represents everything we're about here. We've been telling you guys for months. Like, you guys have been asking us, like, yo, like you guys have everything figured out. How do we get good at life? This is how, like this guy. Firstly, you lift a lot and you do a lot of steroids like this guy. And you proper blast. You become some Ziz-like bodybuilder figure.
Proper blasting with hypertrophy training.
Proper hypertrophy, also flashiness. You guys got to step up your accessory game. I want to see proper watches on you. Not those little cheap little G-Shocks that all these rappers and their associated cretins push onto you. No, I want to see proper flashy wrist jewelry. Be cool like this guy.
You want to be very big and heavy, but low body fat.
You want to look like a tank, like an absolute unit, bruv.
That's it.
And so this guy's cool, and this is basically what we're like in real life. And finally, I feel represented. Finally,
So, anyways, Tanjiro gets there. This sound Hashira is literally kidnapping. What is it? 1 or 2 girls?
Two.
He's kidnapping 2 of the girls that work there.
And well, why is he kidnapping them?
Well, apparently, his home base is like the entertainment industry or district, which, you know, surprise, you know, like Hollywood and other places in major cities. That's where you're going to find a lot of,
okay, I think it's time for a confession, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Like, okay, so I told you the person who made this anime is a pseudonym. It was actually us. We wrote this because everything we've been talking about.
100%.
But yeah, Hollywood is full of demonic pedos. And
yes.
He's here to prove that. But this guy is nuts, too. So he's literally kidnapping these little girls as pedo bait to lure out the demons.
He's literally taking these little girls out as bait. And he's like, no. Some of the girls have gone missing. I'm going to go use these as bait to get the demons out. And like, no, they're going to die immediately. These are not trained demon slayers. I think one is, but like, again, she's not.
No. So they do some technicalities here. He's like, no, I'm a Hashira. You all have to obey me. Like, unless you're a fellow Hashira or like one of the other ranks they throw out, you have to immediately do what I say.
Yeah.
So then another one of the little girls is like, actually, she's not in the Demon Slayer Corps.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck, you're right. And he just throws her back from like a 20-foot height.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro has to catch her in midair for her not to die.
Yeah.
And but the other one, he's like, I don't know how this one's in the Demon Slayer Corps, but technically she's in it, so I get to keep her. Which is just, you know.
Dude, just literally just kidnapping is just too mint. And for the reason he wants to, is just too much. Like, this is, my God.
Okay, so they don't know why either, because he's not bothering to explain himself to these people because they're so beneath him. So the little girls literally think the worst. Like, at one point, because obviously it's just a sub out right now, so you're listening to the actual Japanese. The 2 girls, the 3 girls, they all start shouting at him, hentai. And he gets all offended. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
no, I'm not a monster. Not that kind of monster.
No, I'm a different kind of monster.
Yeah, I'm willing to let this child get raped and not killed so I can kill demons.
Again, it's a sacrifice he's willing to make.
Oh, yeah, he's like, I'm a hero.
This guy, again, but episode 2, you find out a little bit more about that. But
you know what he reminds me of a little bit? Not the best movie, but the new Suicide Squad. The John Cena's character has that one good line. He's like, what did he say? I'm willing to kill as many men, women, and children for peace.
Yes.
And I was like, nah, that's similar to this guy. He's willing to do whatever it takes for peace.
You know who else he reminds me of? Another pro wrestler. This guy was around a long time ago, like when I was back in the day. I don't know how many of you people listening to this will remember him. There was this guy, I think his name was Carlito or something like that. His whole gimmick was, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. So he would walk around in like his little flashy shirts and everything, like eating an apple. And if you said something cringe or something wasn't cool, he would just spit in your fucking face.
As you should.
As you should. So that's the story with this guy. Like, he says he's from an ancient ninja clan. He's a proper shinobi. But, as a shinobi, they wanted him to be stealthy and understated. And he just couldn't handle it anymore. No. He had been repressing his inherent flashiness his whole life.
He said, I'm so flashy.
He's like, I have so much swagger, I can't contain it.
The world needs to see this.
Yes. So he decided to rebel against that, and he became this flashy demon slayer samurai. This ultimate Chad. What do you call himself? The god of flashiness and festivals.
Yes.
And,
both.
He's technically the sound Hashira, but I don't know. He should be the Hashira of drip because this guy's just balling. And and you can tell. So he literally says, "That's why I hate people who aren't flashy."
Yeah, no, he hates normies. That's it.
Which we do too. I can't even tell you how much I hate normal people. So, oh no, oh dear.
So at this point, Tanjiro is like about to fight this guy, and that's when
So this is a good thing. So again, these characters are a little bit more well done than normal. They actually have changed a little bit, even though these are still, I think in canon, what is he supposed to be, like 16 or something?
16 or something like that, yeah.
So he's actually willing to fight this Hashira, which is kind of nuts because we've just established how powerful the Hashira are in the Mugen Train movie.
No, he has no chance. He's going to get killed.
He has no chance, but he's really serious about fighting. Like, he even tells him, like, oh, no, I don't recognize you as a Hashira. And this guy's like, no, you retard. You don't have to recognize me or not. I guess I am.
It's like saying Trump isn't my president.
Yeah. Again, retarded shit.
No, it doesn't matter what you think. He's in the office.
Yeah. But because Tanjiro is a clever girl, he was actually distracting him the whole time.
Yeah.
As he's doing this big display, the two sidekicks, Pigman and Zenitsu,
Yeah.
they were in a flanking motion. And this guy realizes, but about when they're like 10 feet away, so they were moving in to strike this guy.
Yeah.
Which again, they probably still would have lost.
Yeah.
But it shows you that these guys have been through so much; they're getting pretty ballsy.
Oh yeah.
So they have some nuttiness in them to where they're like willing to like break all their laws and risk almost certain death by like assassinating a Hashira.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, you definitely get like hung for that for sure. Like there's definitely
bro. Like they didn't really do this. Like, all right, let's say they caught this guy slipping and they literally just killed a Hashira. Like, what comes next?
No, he really just wasn't paying attention and his neck just goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's possible.
But again, they're nutty like that, which is why he ends up actually giving into their demands.
Yeah. They were about to have an actual fight.
Yeah, I think he realized, like, it's kind of implied in, like, the way they draw the expressions. He realized that this would be real beef.
Yeah.
And, again, he would probably win, but, like, is it worth it to him to have to kill these three and, like,
And now he's in trouble.
He's in trouble, and, even though he'll probably win, like, I'm going to say it's not guaranteed. Maybe he's like 95% that he wins, but he could get caught.
Yeah,
he might lose an arm.
95%.
He might lose an arm. He might get fucked up.
Yeah, no, three of them are very strong at this point.
Well, three of them, and there's the other girl there who's also strong, but she's just paralyzed by whatever fear or whatever.
Yeah,
she might have jumped in at a certain point.
Yeah, so there's four.
Also, if he doesn't kill him quickly, there's always a chance that Shinobu gets home, and at that point he loses because it's another Hashira and all of them.
Yeah, that.
And as we established, she's nuts. She'd probably like torture him. So.
Oh no, for sure. Assuming, let's say he kills all of them, Shinobu's going to kill him for revenge because that's her.
Yeah,
people.
she'll use like a slow poison or something. Like
yeah. So he immediately realizes, okay, I need bait. Now either I'm taking this girl or you guys are offering yourselves up to me, and then that's the compromise.
Yeah, he literally said, "You guys will do fine."
Yeah.
So now he's got these three goons who have to go to the entertainment district.
He's got these three teenage boys.
Yeah, which comes into play later.
And so he's like, yeah, we're going to go to the entertainment district because, again, that's where demons be.
Yeah, and, he said we're going to Hollywood Boulevard or wherever the filmmaking goes on in California.
Yeah. He said we're taking you to Harvey Weinstein's agency. Oh, no.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much where these characters end in the first episode.
Okay, two other points because we got that fun stuff out of the way. There's two other pretty things we should talk about. Number one, they wrapping up the Mugen Train thing. The demon Akaza meets with Muzan.
Yes, well that's what I meant. And he's doing role play and he's a child.
He's a child, a very creepy child. And
he has like a mommy and daddy because he's adopted.
And then he has a skin condition. Quote unquote. He can only come out at night.
At night.
So he's literally doing role play as like a little boy. We've already established when he's with the demons, he dresses as a woman because that's like what he really wants to be.
Well, and as Michael Jackson, because again, for those of you who are a little slow on the uptake, they're trying to give you a hint of what's going on here.
They're really, and at this point, it's not even like subtle. They're really hitting you over the head with it.
I mean, if you've been paying attention, you get it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been paying attention, wake up!
That's it.
Now, Akaza shows up.
Yes, the number 3 demon, I believe.
The number 3 ranked demon, and he's all like, so he's like, oh, did you bring me the rare blue flower? Presumably the one that Bruce Wayne has to bring Ra's al Ghul to be inducted into the League of Shadows.
Yes.
If I had to guess, and again, as usual, we're anime only here, so if you've read the manga, don't spoil it. But if I had to guess, it'll have something to do with countering the Demon Slayer Wisteria flower that prevents the demons from going certain places. But anyway, he's like, nah, I couldn't get that, but I killed a Hashira. And
Muzan just goes
Muzan is like, you think I give a fuck about that? Like, you know how easy and like inconsequential that is to me?
He's like, that's a Tuesday for me. Like, it's not a big deal to kill a Hashira. These people suck.
Which again, great power level building.
Oh no.
He said you had one job, just kill all of them.
And he's like, I heard you couldn't even kill a couple of kids. And the last hit was on you.
Yeah, he said you let a non-Hashira land a hit on you. You're so pathetic, and at this point, he's like blasting him. By the way, with
he does basically the one finger jutsu and starts slowly killing.
And this guy's like coughing up blood and
he's dying, and it's like, oh no, the power level difference is so big. This is insane.
Yeah, I mean, based on what we know so far and how this power level is projected, nah, I'm not even sure. All of the Hashira combined could beat Muzan.
Well, he looks like he could just one punch this guy, who's stronger than probably most of the Hashira, at least.
Yeah.
I would think so. And he's number 3.
Well, I mean, we kind of guessed that Rengoku was one of the stronger Hashiras. We don't know if he was the strongest.
Yeah.
Our personal theory, I think, is that Giyu was probably the strongest. But
yeah.
still, like, the fact that it was that epic of a fight and this guy's just fucking one-punching Akaza, that's...
Yeah.
It's not too good.
And he's getting just... Literally just dying. And then he's... What does he banish him? He's like, get out.
He's like, all right, you're dismissed. And then Akaza goes off doing the Arthur fist and just like...
He's literally like, yo, I remember your face, Tanjiro. I'm going to get you.
Well, because he's flashing back because Tanjiro called him a coward. Which, again, if you recall the movie, he was running because the sun was coming up and he was about to die. But even though the sun was like half up, the second Tanjiro called him a coward, he like pauses for a second and he's thinking about it. He's like, it'll probably take me 2 seconds to kill you and the sun's coming up in 3 seconds. Like, should I go for it?
It's not worth it.
Might.
He didn't do it. But again, he was a coward. Because there's certain people who probably would have done it and gotten away with it. Slightly, again, Muzan probably fast enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
but still.
Oh boy, but
yeah, no, that was fantastic.
So he's vowing revenge and all that shit, and
not looking. Oh, and then the rest of the episode, or I'm not sure if this happens first or not, is Tanjiro goes and finds.
But he finds Rengoku's brother because he has to deliver a message, and he's there to find the notes. The textbooks of the Flame Hashira, because he wants to know if there's anything in there about his father's fire dance and everything.
Yeah.
And again, it seems like, based on what we saw in the season, that his father was a powerful swordsman, probably way more powerful than these Hashira.
Well, he lived. He
retired.
Up.
Well, he retired, but he was a little fucked up. You know, again, kind of like All Might vibes, where he won, but he was fucked up. But it seems like he beat the fuck out of Muzan back in the day.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about... Rengoku's
father. No. We'll get to Rengoku's father in a second.
Yeah, no. Tanjiro's father seems to be some guy that, like All Might.
Yeah, because as Rengoku's father explains, sun breathing, which is what this actually is, is the original and most powerful breathing. Everything else is just a derivative of sun breathing.
Yeah, and then obviously Tanjiro gets that from his father, so this guy immediately hates Tanjiro because he assumes this guy's better than him.
Well, he assumes this guy thinks he's better.
Thinks he's better.
And
which probably is eventually.
He is, though.
Eventually, but...
there's always, when people are insecure, there's always some truth to it.
Sure.
So he probably is, has more potential and everything.
More potential. I don't think he's better yet. No, at the moment, it seems like old Rengoku's father could probably still, do some damage.
He might be stronger than Rengoku for all we know.
Well, I don't know if this was just the sake talking.
Well, he was drunk trying to.
He's already shit, but he was also like, that's what my son gets for being a no talent who signs up to be a Hashira.
Yeah, the whole time he was talking about how Rengoku has no talent, and he's
like, I told him you're so weak. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, so he words mean something. So clearly he viewed his son as a talentless loser, and he's that strong.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe
this guy was legit.
Maybe this guy's. Maybe that's what they're setting up. He's the one who's going to kill the number 3 ranked demon. So.
Maybe. I mean, the number 3 ranked guy even specifically said he had never killed a flame Hashira before.
Yeah. So
maybe the other guy was
they're setting up, because obviously it's not going to be his younger son, who's literally a couple years younger than Tanjiro.
They kind of make it seem like he's a no talent. The younger son.
Yeah, the younger son seems like he can't even fight at all or something. So he's like, I'm going to become like a doctor or help out people other ways.
Hey, this is just a disappointment.
But now that, Tanjiro basically knows that whatever he was taught by his dad is some good shit. But Rengoku's father burned all the notes because he was such a hater.
Or he ripped them out or something. So, no, he doesn't get to unlock the secret powers yet.
Yeah.
Because obviously what they're going to have to do here is Tanjiro, in order to jump power levels, is going to have to master this shit.
Yeah.
But they can't give it to him right away because, that'd be too much too soon.
So the Rengoku's little brother is like, no, I'll put the notes back together and get you this information, which, I don't know how long that's going to take, but that's their little way of giving him his power level boost.
Yeah. And, just closing thoughts on this episode, because the clip that's going around all the internet is as he decides to give the little girl, I think AoE or her name or whatever back, he just spanks her.
Yes.
And, that's all the weebs, they're really into this. They're like, yeah. I wish I was this guy. Again, some things just in Japanese culture.
Oh, no.
It doesn't translate quite as well here,
this show just goes places you just don't know what's going to happen, and it's just one of the best shows.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, that's pretty much the episode.